There is a scene somewhere past the midpoint of the motion picture Bohemian Rhapsody where the band is holding a press conference. At one point, one reporter refers to Freddie Mercury as the leader of Queen. Freddie retorts, "I am not the leader of Queen. I am the lead singer." Then all the rest of the reporters keep asking questions about Freddie Mercury's private life, and at one point, Brian May asks if anyone wants to ask a question about their album. None of them do. And as I watched this scene, I couldn't help but feel that this scene kind of summarized some of the fears that the remaining members of Queen would have had about the making of a Queen/Freddie Mercury biopic. That the film would skate past the contributions that the other three members of this band made and instead center on the more salacious details of Freddie Mercury's life, and in the process, pretty much skate past what made this band and its lead singer worthy of the subject of a movie, their music. And as a musician and as a fan, that was one of my fears too. I'm happy to state that for the most part, Bohemian Rhapsody manages to avoid that. Freddie Mercury is the center of the film, as I expected he would be, but it doesn't forget that Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon were all equal parts of the music that they created and recorded as well. In fact, I felt that this movie actually does a good job of representation to what it means to be part of a band and to the idea that in spite of the enormous talent that each member of Queen possessed, that, like most great bands of the 20th century, the whole is greater than its separate parts. So yes, as much as I disagree with the idea of going into a movie with a checklist, I did actually go into this one with a single item checklist, and that my one item checklist was fulfilled. Thank you, movie. So now, what about the rest of the film? I would say that as entertainment, this movie is pretty good. I am a fan of Queen. I have most of their albums, and while I know the general history, I can't claim to be an expert on the deeper, more nuanced details of their history. As far as historical accuracy is concerned, I feel that there are probably other reviewers on YouTube who are better suited to that task than me. And in case you haven't figured it out yet, I am reviewing Bohemian Rhapsody as a movie, and not as a necessarily accurate representation of history. During the movie, I was entertained and even overcome by emotion during the movie's recreation of the band's now legendary performance at Live Aid. This is because within the framework of the film, we are told that before Live Aid, Mercury had had a falling out with the rest of the band, that the band pretty much broke up because he wanted to pursue a solo career, and that none of them had played together for years prior to the Live Aid concert. Not true. The band had released their 11th studio album entitled The Works the prior year. It is true that Freddie Mercury had spent 2 years working on his solo album entitled Mr. Bad Guy, but a bit of research tells me that part of the reason was that Mercury had to gather enough material while committing to band activities. The film also portrays Freddie Mercury disclosing that he has AIDS to the rest of the band while in rehearsals for the Live Aid show. Now, during my viewing of the film, I didn't stop to think if this was true or not. I just simply accepted it. And this led me to becoming very emotional during the recreation scene of Live Aid. But a bit of research afterwards seems to indicate that this was not true. So once again, as entertainment, Bohemian Rhapsody worked for me, at least until I went home and thought about it for a bit. But that said, I really loved Rami Malek's speech during the scene where he tells the other band members that boring him with their sympathy is just more seconds taken away from making music, and that he doesn't want to be anyone's AIDS poster boy. I thought it was a great speech. Prior to the film's release, there was some concern that the movie might straightwash Freddie Mercury's sexuality. I don't think the film does this. Also, the film pushes as much as it can within the boundaries of a PG-13 rating to show us this period of debauchery that he went through. Personally, I am glad that the film did not go the R-rated route, because then I think it would have concentrated less on the music and more on just one salacious aspect of his life, one period of decadence that he lived through. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the other band members also partook in some of this debauchery as well, and if so, this seems to be glossed over in the film. Now, as far as the cast, I thought Malek was amazing as Mercury. I also thought it was uncanny just how much Gwilym Lee, Ben Hardy, and Joseph Mazzello channeled Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon. 1984's Amadeus is not historically accurate, but that didn't stop it from being one of my favorite movies of all time. I also felt that it served another purpose as well. I felt that, historically accurate or not, it could plant the seed of interest into those with little or no appreciation for classical music. And I feel something similar when I watch Bohemian Rhapsody, that it could inspire the casual or curious to explore beyond just the hits of one of the truly great rock bands of the world. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Bohemian Rhapsody is a bit of a paint by numbers in how it's structured, but that doesn't mean that it isn't entertaining. It does bring up many complex aspects of both Freddie Mercury and the band that never get properly fleshed out or addressed. But quite frankly, I didn't expect it to. After watching the trailers, I knew going in that it was going to be mostly designed to entertain its audience, and once again give the more casual and potentially new fan a deeper appreciation and the desire to dig deeper into the band's rich catalog. And on that note, it succeeds. This is TJR. Have you seen the movie? And what did you think? Please share your comments. I'm curious to know, good or bad. As always, if you like what I'm doing here, please be sure to click like, be sure to click subscribe, and be sure to click that bell notifications button so you can know when I release new videos. And also, if you want to help me make more videos, please go to my Patreon page and become a Patreon supporter. Patreon supporters will receive exclusive content and, in a lot of cases, early access to new videos. As little as $1 a month can make a huge difference. Again, thank you everybody for watching, and take care. Bye-bye.